Now, when we have a question or task that needs completing, 70% of us use AI every single day to get that task finished. Let's have a think about what's changed recently. Yes, our technology has rapidly increased and become so much better, but now the gap between what we know and don't know has almost ceased to exist. We live in a generation where we can ask an AI to do almost anything for us, to write us an email, for graduating students to plan our whole career path for us, and in some cases, to even tell us what to be feeling. Like, think back in high school, when you used to gossip with your friends and bother them with stupid questions like, oh, this guy I'm talking to said this and that. Is he a red flag? Well, people are now having these exact same conversations now, but just with an AI. But if we asked ourselves, well, why are people turning to AI for their questions? The reasoning is actually quite simple. It's because AI is easy, it's convenient, but most importantly, it's instant. But you see, with every instant answer we get, I believe something inside us shifts. We start to forget that answers were never supposed to come easily, which is why, when we're faced with even the slightest struggle, we start to feel like we're failing, like we're doing something wrong. Like when everyone else has it all figured out, for some reason, you're the only one that's still struggling. But you see, this feeling of struggle doesn't just have to do with asking questions. Because when you're surrounded by a technology that can do things perfectly in seconds, you start to turn those same expectations onto yourself. You see, I work part-time as an assistant, and I'll admit, there's been times when I failed to do the most basic task and ask, why hire me when an AI could have probably done it so much better? You see, if you're a student, you often hear people say, oh, this job or this task is going to be replaced by AI in a couple months, so there isn't a point of you even trying. And suddenly, it's no longer that AI was a tool that I used. It's now become something that we're competing with. But I'm pretty sure that students aren't the only ones feeling this. You see, whether you're a student or someone entering a new field, there's suddenly this expectation to already show up optimized, to be able to outperform any AI that could have been in your place. After all, what excuse do we all have when there's a machine that could do things perfectly that could help us? But you see, unlike machines, nobody in this room will be able to outcompete an AI. And that's all simply because we're all just human. And at one point, we're all going to make mistakes. But unlike machines, don't make mistakes, and they don't pick themselves back up. And they don't go beyond what they were originally programmed to do. But you do. You see, when we talk about some of the risks of AI, we talk about the environmental factors, its harm on creativity, which are all very important issues. But there's something else that we're not quite focusing on. And that is, in the age of AI, there's now a shame to struggle, to do things badly. But I want you all to think to the point where some of us feel even incapable of doing things when we're no longer attached to our technology. You see, a study done in Sunderland, England, explored this idea. And they asked participants, how did you feel when you were away from your technology? And they found some participants expressed feelings of anxiousness, of stress, frustration. And I think those reactions are telling us something dangerous about the relationship that we're forming with these tools. Which is why today, I want to focus on not innovating our technology, but innovating ourselves. And how do you innovate yourself? Well, simply by being able to do things badly, by doing things knowing you could fail, but still doing it anyways. I want you all to take a moment and think about something you were genuinely proud of, and ask yourself, how did you achieve it? I can almost guarantee it wasn't through asking an AI. Rather, it was through trying something, maybe even failing, but still being able to try again. Because you see, struggling isn't what's wrong. It's actually the whole point. And it's here that I want to admit to you guys something that I wouldn't have been able to admit a couple years ago. When I was in high school, there was a moment where I couldn't even show up, not even to school or any social event. It was a time where, when asked to go on a field trip, I had to ask my mother to drive me 2 hours because I couldn't even sit in a bus of 20 people, let alone be able to stand in front of you all today. And you see, like most of us, when we're scared and we feel vulnerable, I did the first thing that came to mind. And I went online to look for an instant answer, an instant solution. But unfortunately for my high school self, I never found that answer that night. What I found instead, or what was given instead, was time and the ability to make 100 humiliating mistakes, some of them which went wrong, but some that went right. And it's because of those little moments that I'm standing in front of you all today. And I'll be honest, I'm still that exact same person from when I was in high school, still terrified of saying something wrong. And there's a part of me that wants this to be perfect. But that perfect version wouldn't have been able to stand here. So I don't come here with expertise or knowledge, but I come here with a message saying that for many of us, we're always told and we always want to get those instant answers. But in reality, what we need at STEM is the ability to make attempts. Thank you so much.